Hi guys, welcome back to Jay's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making stir fry noodles. So I'm going to be making yellow noodle stir fry, which is also commonly known in Malaysia as mee goreng. So usually for this they'll be using real yellow noodles, but since I don't have yellow noodles in hand and I couldn't find it anywhere out of the supermarkets, so I'm going to be substituting with spaghetti. So we're going to be making the yellow noodle stir fry using spaghetti. So let's see what are the ingredients that we need to make this yellow noodle stir fry. So here I have my tofu, which I'm probably going to be using half of this. And then of course my spaghetti. And I'm going to be probably using roughly about 500 grams. And then I have my salt to season and also my potatoes, and my potatoes are small, so I've put in a little bit extra. And then I have my fish ball also, which I'm going to be using half of it. And then I have my fish tofu, also probably going to use half of it. I have my garlic, tomato and carrot for the veggie. So you can always use mustard greens or bean sprouts, but like I said, I couldn't get mustard greens or bean sprouts, so I'm substituting it with carrot. You can even add in cabbage if you want to and if you have. So here I have my eggs, and I have about 5 eggs here. You can use less if you want to, but my eggs are really small, so I'm using 5. And at the bottom here I have my white pepper powder, and here my freshly blended chili paste that I'm going to be using. And then I have all my sauces, which is my chili sauce, and then my tomato sauce, dark soy sauce, oyster sauce and sweet sauce. So let me gather the ingredients and then we'll start cooking. So here I already prepared my ingredients. So here I have my tofu, which I've actually cubed into 4, roughly about 8 tofus. And I have my fish ball and my fish cake. So my fish ball and my fish cake, I used up all my fish ball and I've actually cut it into half. And I took about 6 cubes of fish cake and I've sliced it. I have my salt, my spaghetti here, which I'm going to cook it later. And I've had peeled off all the potatoes and cut them into 4, which we're going to cook it later. And half of my carrot, roughly about half to a bit extra, quarter to carrot, so I've sliced them long. And I'm going to be cooking this carrot together with the potatoes. I've got 1 tomato which I've cubed, and my garlic, which I actually forgot to mince it, so I'm going to be mincing the garlic. And then I have my eggs, which I'm going to be I've cut it and which I'm going to fry it later on. And then here I mixed all my sauces together. So as you can see, I have my sambal, the chili paste, roughly about 1 to 1.5 tablespoon. And then I've also put in my white pepper, which is about 1 teaspoon. And then I have my sweet ketchup, sweet soy sauce, which is about 1 to 1.5 tablespoon. And then my oyster sauce, about 1 tablespoon. Dark soy sauce, about 2 tablespoon. And then I have my chili sauce, which is about 3 tablespoons, and also tomato sauce, which is about 2 to 3 tablespoons. So I've mixed all this together, so it'll be easier for me when I'm actually cooking the noodles. When I'm cooking it, so it'll be easier for me when I'm mixing in the sauce. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cooking and boiling my potatoes and my carrot together first. So as you see, my water is already boiling, so I'm going to add in my potatoes gently, and it's going to be cooking for about, I guess, about 20 minutes. So we're going to let the potatoes cook, adding gently. And here I'm going to also add in my carrots. Carrots are hard, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on the noodles later. And I'm going to be mixing it a little bit, and then and roughly give it about 15 to 20 minutes till the carrots and potatoes cook. So my potatoes are actually almost done cooking. So when you put it with a spoon, it actually goes in. So I'm going to remove the potatoes from the stove right now. So here I've already drained my carrots and my potatoes, and I'm actually going to leave it aside, and we're going to cook the spaghetti right now. So I've already prepared my pan for the pasta to cook. So you always have to wait for the water to rapidly boil before you add in your pasta. So I'm going to add in my pasta here. So I'm going to add in the whole pack, which is roughly about 500 grams. So I'm going to add it in and allow it to go soft a little bit before we actually mix it in. So the pasta actually cooks about 10 to 12 minutes, but we don't need to cook that long. Probably 7 to 8 minutes will be fine because we are going to be cooking it in the pan anyways later. So I'm going to allow my pasta to go soft. Just mix it a little bit. So gradually, slowly it will go in soft, and then always check, mix and check and taste it to see if it's half cooked, al dente. So then we can actually strain it, and then we can start our cooking process. So it's getting soft, so make sure you're always mixing it. So it actually varies from one pot to another, so you're gonna have to keep mixing it till it cooks. So the pasta is already cooked, so I've tasted it. You have to take a little bit from here and taste it and see if it actually is cooked. So it's done, so we can remove it and switch off the heat. So I've already drained the pasta, and I'm allowing it to drip in the same pot that I've already boiled it. So right now we're going to start cooking our yellow noodle stir fry. So I've taken a pan and I'm going to pour some oil. You can always pour a little bit extra because we're going to be frying the fishball and tofu. Firstly, I'm going to be adding my garlic. Give it a quick mix. And then we're going to add the fish tofu and the fish ball. I'm going to mix it a little bit until the fish ball and the fish cake is cooked. So as the fish cake and fish ball are half cooked, I'm going to add in my fried tofu and give it another mix. So as I mix this, I'm going to add in the sauces. Just give it a final mix and add in all the sauces. You can even add a little bit of water to make sure you've got all those sauces from the sides. And I have to mix it again and allow a couple minutes for the sauces to cook in the heat. You can add in a little bit more water if you want to, make it a little bit watery, but not too much because we're going to be making dry noodle stir fry. And then here you'll be adding in the tomatoes, and then allow it to cook so the tomatoes become a little bit mushy. So here is where we're going to be adding our noodles. We've allowed the mixture to cook a little bit, so we can add in our noodles right now. So here I'm adding in my cooked noodles. So we'll add everything, and then we're going to give it a slow mix so it mixes together with all the noodles. So give it a few mix till all the noodles is mixed together with the sauce. So with all the noodles all mixed up, I'm going to be adding in my carrot, my potatoes, and we're going to be doing another mix till it all mixes together. So for the eggs, you can always cook your eggs together with the noodles, but since I don't have space in my wok to actually do that, I'm actually going to take a separate pan and I'm going to be cooking my eggs. So I'm going to be making my eggs in here. So I'm adding in some oil to my pan, a little bit extra since I'll be frying 5 eggs. I'm going to let it heat before I put in the eggs. So I'm going to scramble my egg here. I'm going to scramble it a little bit. I'm going to pop this over to my noodles. So I've already mixed in the eggs into my noodles, and I'm going to mix it all together so my eggs actually cook with the noodles. Stir fry it a little bit more, and then you can actually switch off the heat. So you can switch off the heat as the noodles are done, and you can pair it off with any side dish if you want, to your preference. So this is the mee goreng or yellow noodle stir fry. So this is the end result of the mee goreng that I've made. Thank you so much for watching my video on how I made the yellow noodle stir fry, or most commonly known as mee goreng. So try it and let me know how it turns out. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, like my video, and share it on your social media or within your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Rainbows and Butterflies Forever, please do subscribe by clicking the subscribe button that's below. Don't just subscribe, but also press the notification bell so you'll always receive the latest update on what videos that come in to your email from my YouTube channel, Rainbows and Butterflies Forever. So till I see you in my next video, have a good day.